we'll see for the rest of the lecture, we will see how to simulate the circuits that we have seen in the last sessions. All right. So let me switch over to Multisim. So are you able to see the Multisim screen? Yes?
No, sir.
No?
No, sir.
Let me share it again. Now?
Yes, sir.
Is the Multisim screen visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, we will analyze each and every circuit that we have seen and see how the Q point changes with beta. All right. So this is the very first circuit, that is a fixed bias circuit. Okay, I'll just copy this on a new sheet so that it is easier for you to understand and not get confused. So how did I construct this circuit? I think we have already seen how to do that. The only thing that is there which is required is let us first of all see the transistor that I'm going to use over here. So this is the fixed current bias circuit. Now why I'm showing you all this, there is a reason for that. This text is what is required when henceforth whenever we go for the multisim based assignments, you are supposed to write place the text over here, write the title of the circuit and your name and roll number. This ensures, for me at least, that you have not copied it, you have actually performed the practical or performed the assignment on your own using multisim. So this is going to be the standard practice henceforth. All right. So you are supposed to place the text, simply go into the place and click on text, and then you can write whatever you want over there. In fact, the title of the circuit, your name and your roll number. Is that clear to all of you? So we have already used, designed the values. The transistor which I want you to use at this point of time is a generic transistor. So you can place component transistor, and in virtual transistor, you can click on this BJT underscore NPN. Okay. So this is what we have used over here. All right. Other things I need not tell you because we have already seen a session on multisim also. All right. Okay, up to this point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So one important thing that you are supposed to do is double click on the transistor, go into its values, its parameters, and please look over here carefully, go into the edit model Once you go into the edit model, BF, that is a forward beta, forward maximum beta. By default, there will be some value. If it is 100, keep it 100 at this point of time, because we are going to change this beta later on and see the effect on the change in Q point. Okay, you can directly double click over here and change the value of beta. Okay, and then let us say if I want to change the beta to 50, so I can simply click outside and then click on this button called as change component. So with that, your beta will be 50. Currently, I'm going to keep it as the design value, which is 100. I mean, the given value, that is 100. So beta is 100. Okay, nothing else to change here. All right. Now, what we are interested in is the collector current. So you can click on this probe and simply click over here. So this will be the collector current. Now we don't want all these parameters like this. So you can double click on that, go into custom, and then we don't want this, we don't want this, we want IDC, we don't want RMS, we don't want frequency. These other things are not required at this point of time. So that will simplify this particular dialog, this probe label as it is called as. Okay, then we will just have a check on the base current also in a similar way. Please be careful as not to select any other thing that we don't want. Otherwise, you'll get confused. So we want only IDC. This is the base current. This is the collector current. Now we want the voltage across collector and emitter. So what I will do is, now in this case, emitter is at ground. So I can directly check the voltage over here. But to be on the safer side, we will use this differential voltage probe. Place one end here, other end here. Okay, you can shift this around so that it does not clutter the screen. Again, I'm interested only in the voltage, DC voltage. No other voltage is required over here. So you can all click this to no. So once we have done this, we are ready to simulate the circuit, that is your fixed bias circuit, fixed current bias circuit. Okay, now the analysis that you're going to use is only the interactive. Okay, so you can use transient also, but not really required at this point of time. So this is interactive. So if I click on run, you'll see that the voltages over here. What is the Q point now? IC and VCE and IC. So VCE is about 5.08 volts. IC is 4.96 milliamperes. This is exactly what we had desired at the time of our design. Okay, 5 volt and 5 milliamperes. There will be slight changes over here because the way in which these models are created, the transistor models are created, might be slightly different. So you may see some small changes here, like we wanted 5 milliamperes and we wanted 5 volts, so you are getting 4.96 and you are having 5.08. But nonetheless, it is very, very close. So we can say that our first design is verified using multisim. All right. Base current also we had calculated, which was about 50 milliamperes. So this is 50 microamperes. So this is 49.6 microamperes. All right. Is this fine with all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we are supposed to see how the beta, how the Q point changes. So the first Q point, you make a note of this: 5.08, 4.96 when beta was 100. Now I will change the beta to 50. Let us see what happens. So going into this, making this 50, change the component, okay. And again, if I run this, you'll see that the values are way too different. Okay. So the Q point has shifted drastically. VDC is 10 volts, IDC is 2.48 milliamperes, and this is actually very close to what we had calculated. I think we had calculated 10 volts and 2.5 milliamperes. So this is 2.48 and VDC is 10 volts exactly. So this verifies that the Q point has now shifted to another coordinate, that is 10 volt and 2.48 milliamperes. Just imagine the output characteristic of the transistor in common emitter configuration and the load line. So you can see that the load line, basically what is the load line? Who is going to set the load line slope? This R1 or RC, in this case the collector resistor is going to set the uh, slope of the line. Okay, we have already seen an example where I've told you how to construct the load line given two endpoints. Okay, so you can calculate the two endpoints and then draw a straight line through that, giving you the DC load line. All right, so this is basically how the Q point will shift with change in beta from 100 to 50. Now let us go to the other extreme. Make this 150. Okay. Now let us see what are the changes. Okay, so here what we get is 7.37 milliamperes and 254 millivolts. In fact, what we were getting theoretically was 0, which is the desired value. Okay, so beta change creates a lot of change in the Q point. Now, once the Q point is shifted, you know what is going to happen. If the transistor is over here like this, if the Q point is 2, I mean the transistor already is in saturation. Okay, so just we have already seen this effect with the software that I have told yesterday. I have demonstrated yesterday. Okay, so this is what is happening. So this is how the beta changes will take place. The Q point changes will take place with beta. Now you can put this back to 100. Okay. Now let us attempt to change the temperature. So if I change the temperature to, let us say, 50 degrees, let us see what happens. Okay. So okay, this temperature here is not the temperature that we expect. This is the transistor temperature, so it may work up to that, but okay, let us keep this 27. And in analysis, I can change the temperature, I think here. For interactive simulation, uh, let me see where I can change the temperature. If not, we'll have to suffice with our change in the beta only. But I just wanted to have the change in temperature also. Okay, let me see. There is somewhere provision for us to change the temperature. Not able to get it right now because this interface. These are the sheet properties. They won't come temperature at all. Anyways, let us go ahead with a different circuit right now. Let me figure out how to change the temperature later on. Okay. These are all related to the graphical attributes. These are the, it should be somewhere here. Well, we can do it this way also. You can see the change in Q point with the sweep of temperature. We'll do that later on. Okay. Let me see. Let me see if I can do it this way. So from 0 to 100 degrees, points 100. Output. Yeah, since probably this is because it is an ideal transistor, I'm not seeing much effect over of the temperature. Okay. Anyways, forget about it. So we have seen the change in the point. Let me save the file as x1. I already have one. Okay. So that was the fixed current bias. Now going back to the collector to base bias, I'll just copy this. Paste it here. And again, the same thing I do. I'm interested in finding out the voltage across collector and emitter. That is your Q point. And at the same time, the collector current. Other things are not required. Okay. Now we have the same values: 1.98 kilo ohms and 82. So the transistor value beta is 100. Just verify that. This is the base current. So if I run this simulation now, yes, I'm going to get 5 volts, 5.08 volts and 5.01 milliamperes. In fact, this is the design value, so nothing great here. All right. Now I'm changing the beta of the transistor to 50. Let me see what are the changes. You see what is the change? So what is the new Q point? What is the new Q point? Yes. What is the new Q point now?
5.01.
7.34 volts and 3.87
3.87 milliamperes.
And if you verify that, we have already seen this, we have actually analyzed this circuit for change in beta, and we are having pretty close values to these. So the values that we were getting were 7.3 volts and 3.82 milliamperes.
3.8 milliamperes.
Correct. So now we are very close to that particular value. So we see that the Q point has shifted, but it has not shifted as drastically as the fixed current bias circuit. All right. Now we will change this to 150. All right. Yes. So what were the values that we earlier had? We had got 5.5. Okay. Correct order. 3.9 volts and 5.57 milliamperes. Here I am getting 3.99 volts and 5.56 milliamperes. So our analysis is correctly verified by the simulation. Again, as you can see that there is a shift in the Q point again, but this shift in the Q point is not as severe as that in case of the fixed current bias. So that was the collector to base bias. Okay, then find out the other things also like the base current and all that, which you have calculated already. All right. So that is here for collector to base bias. All right. The third one, that is the emitter current bias. Let me copy it again. Here. All right. Now again, this is the differential. The same thing I have done here. All right. The values exact those same values we have obtained. Here it was also 1K, so I'll put it 1K. All right. If I simulate this, okay. So what we have here is the design value is slightly different here. It is 4.85 and 5.25. 5.25 volts, 4.85, very close to the design value. Now if I change the beta to 50, what I get is 5.86 and 4.5. So there is no large change in the Q point. Okay. Similarly, if I make this 150, still you can see that there is no large change in the Q point. That is the reason why we have said that for emitter current bias, the stability, bias stability is the best. All right. Is this okay with all of you?
Yes, sir.
All right. So this is what I want all of you to practice. What we have seen so far with multisim and verify whether the analysis and actual simulation results they tally or not. All right. The last one which I wanted to, let me save this. Okay, I'll replace it. Fine. So the last circuit which we have seen, this is interesting. Of course, we have not designed it per se, but I have introduced this type of biasing, which is called as a split supply biasing. Okay, so let me do away with these things so that it is not cluttering the display. Okay, see how I have created a split supply. Okay, how do I do that? Take two voltage sources, DC sources, connect them back to back, and the center point is supposed to be called as ground. With that, we have already seen the concept of dual power supply or split power supply. All right. So here you can expect plus 7.5 volts positive with respect to this point and minus 7.5 volts with respect to this point. Okay. And now I can put the probes over there and see. Yes. So here again, the collector current is nearly 5 milliamperes. The collector voltage is about 6 volts. That is fine. I can adjust these parameters, the resistor values, so that I can get exact values of 5 volts and 5 milliamperes. So if I do this, let me see if I can do it here. Still not, so I'll just. Interestingly, you'll see that, okay, now we are getting the exact values. Okay, there will be slight change in the Q point that way. It is showing 6.86 milliamperes and so on and so on. Okay, so I may have to adjust this also. Anyways, it doesn't matter at this point of time. But the interesting thing is that, okay, let us change the beta of the transistor and see how much it varies. Okay, there is a variation, but it is very slight again. So it is exactly, it is a modified version of emitter current bias only. So we are expecting minimal changes in the Q point. You can see here 6.9, 4.9. All right. Is this okay? We have not seen explicitly the design of this because at this point it is really not required to have this kind of design. We'll see this in more details if time permits. Of course, we'll have to have a look at it once we go for the linear integrated circuits. Okay, so I'll call it a split by bias. Yeah, we have this. Okay, doesn't matter. So we have seen with multisim, we have seen how the Q point is affected. So there are three ways in which we have seen the same concept. One is theoretically using the calculations. The second one was using the software which I have demonstrated yesterday. And this is the third way in which I have shown you the same effect. Okay. So I think at this point of time, you'll feel that why am I repeating these concepts again and again? The point here is that if the concepts are not concretized related to biasing, then other things you'll not understand what exactly is the importance of biasing and the stability of the Q point. Okay, so three different perspectives we have already seen the same concept. All right. Any doubts? Any questions so far? Yes. Yes or no? Are there any doubts, guys?
So can you show the simulation once more in microcap?
Microcap. At this point, I will not be able to show anything with microcap because I had concentrated only on multisim at this point of time. But yeah, let us try. Why not? Okay, I'll do it with the microcap. Microcap is having a problem with the screen sharing, but nonetheless, let us see. Let me see that. Okay, let me switch over to do you see the microcap now? Do you see the microcap screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So node voltages I can show. But current probes seem to be, I'm not yet sure about this. So this is what, yeah. So what we get are a little bit different values. So this is giving me a different value as compared to multisim. That is the reason why I was a little bit reluctant in showing microcap. Not it. Okay, the base current happens to be 50.25 microamperes. The transistor voltage is, at this point it is 8.8 volts. I don't know why. We have set the beta, forward beta as 100, but still there is a problem. I'm not yet figured this out. Let me see if I can select because I have selected the generic transistor. I'll select a different one and see if I'm naturally I'm seeing. So here you can see the voltage is very, in fact, because of change in beta, I'm having this problem. I mean, this is going to happen. Let me see if I can set this properly and again go for the transient analysis. Okay, it doesn't work nicely with the generic transistor, but if I change the beta to 100, I am getting very similar results to multisim. You can see here. Please mute your microphones.
WLAN hotspot.
Okay, so yeah, this is how you would do it. Okay, I'll show you example only for the fixed current bias. You can follow the same thing. So I'll change this to beta and see again what is the change in your Q point analysis. I'll go for the transient and maximum runtime as 100 microseconds. Run. Close this. These graphs are not required. Okay, this is where we had, you see, for fixed current bias, we had calculated for beta as 50. What was the value? The value that we calculated was 10 volts and 2.5 milliamperes, right? So here I'm getting 2.7 and 9.5 milliamperes. So again, you can see the variation in the Q point. Please remember, this is the voltage across collector and emitter. Okay, at this point, this is the current flowing through this resistor. So this is how you can use microcap for simulating the same things that we have seen so far. All right, is that fine, guys?
Yes, sir.
So we have two options: use multisim or use microcap. Multisim is much easier to learn to use also. Okay. So I'm
Sir,
just
how to set the
how to
probe? Sir,
how
how
to
to
set,
set the probe in microcap?
yeah. So here you can have this is the node voltage. Just click on that and the currents. That's all. You can have the power and all those things also. But here we are interested in the node voltages and the currents flowing through each and every component. So there is no selectivity there. Like multisim, you don't have selectivity of placing the probes. What you will see is all the currents and the voltages at all the nodes. So just don't get confused with the different values. All right. So that is it.
Thank you, sir.
ठीक है. So this is as far as microcap is concerned. All right. I think I have finished with totally the topic. Just find out if you have got any doubts, any questions in the previous sessions also. You can ask me the question. Okay.
So, what are the things that we have to mention in our assignment? Like, okay, the screenshots of the outputs, and sir, anything else also we have to write or specify?
See, when I say you are supposed to have multisim based assignments, in that you have to give the snapshot of the circuit, say like this. Okay. Okay, na? And then now getting snapshot for 3 different values of beta. I'm just explaining that. Just giving an example. You'll have repetition of the same circuit diagram, but that is fine. Okay, so you have to just mention here beta. When beta is 50, these are the voltages. So this you can have a screenshot of this, and that will be your answer. Or conversely, you can write down. I'm just trying to avoid the paperwork. Okay, in my assignment.
Yes, sir. Over here only on itself on the multisim, we have the option of editing the text. So like, we have to write it like I sees this and we.
No, IC is clearly displayed over here. No,
Yes, sir. But
it is directly displayed over here. The only problem that I feel is that it may not be visible, because okay, you can change the.
yes, sir. That is what I'm
Yeah,
asking, sir. We can.
you can change the font size also. See, so like this. So not a problem. Won't be a problem. So ideally speaking, okay. I'll take an example of let us say the fixed current bias, right? Okay, now I'm supposed to show the result of simulation. So for beta equal to 100, what you can do is, first of all, as I said, write the title, write the your name and your roll number on the same sheet. Okay, using the text tool. Once you simulate this, it was set for temperature, I guess. So let me change this to interactive. Then done it. Okay, now here I can increase the font size to, let us say, 16. Place it properly, nicely over here. Don't do it haphazardly. Okay, so this is how you would take the snapshot. Everything has to be clearly seen over here. All right, at the same time, now this snapshot is for one value of beta. So you have to mention here. So if I place the text again, so I can mention here for beta equal to 100. Right. Similarly, what I can do is I can here itself I'll show you something. For this guy, I'm going to have beta as 50. Change here to 50. Right, here it will ask change two components. No, you don't have to do that. Change only one component. Okay. So you can see here that the values are different. Okay. Similarly, I can have for beta as 150. Changes this to 150. And now at a glance you have all the variations in front of you. Okay, something like that. So this is how you would, if interactive simulation is required, like the node voltages and the currents and the voltages, if they are mentioned like this. Okay, this you can attach as your assignment. If it is a transient response, or if it is a frequency response or sweep or something like that, then what you can do is you can have. So I'll just go back here. Take out
All
any
three we
mark.
have to show so perform on the same sheet itself.
Sorry.
Sir, all the three
Not necessary.
basic.
No. What
Yes,
will
sir.
happen is, you see, what will happen is this output will be, if you
Yes,
copy
sir. Then it will become very small then.
exactly. I'm just showing you an example.
Okay, sir.
Okay, this can be in a separate screenshots.
Yes, sir.
Characteristics which we have already seen. Now here we are having this kind of sheet. So what I want all of you to do is, again, first of all, change the background to white. Then put all the grids over there. Okay. And this you can either have file, print. So you can print it to Adobe. No need of printing it on a paper. So just print it to Adobe, and that Adobe, that PDF document you can attach in your file as your assignment. All right. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
This is compulsory, right? You should have your names and your roll numbers right here. Okay. Next time onwards, I mean the coming assignments, you would be required to do all this. And if you are not, if I don't see this kind of strategy being followed, this kind of format being followed, I'll straight away give 0 marks. This is just to ensure that you are not copying and pasting from your friends.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
सर समझ सर एक बार समझ नहीं आया सर बीटा की वैल्यू कैसे चेंज कर रहे थे सर मतलब फिर से एक बार बता देंगे सर
बीटा की वैल्यू कैसे चेंज करेंगे? ओके, so once you have this transistor placed over here, double click that. All right, you get this screen. Go into the edit model. So now you are changing the parameter of the device. In that, DF is a nomenclature that is being used for SPICE models, which is the beta, forward beta. Don't change any other thing. So here you can directly double click and edit the values. Click outside. Now if I want to change this to 50, Y 75, and then don't forget to click on this change component. Okay, that is what it takes. Okay, something has happened here. It has crashed.
थैंक यू
Anyway, I hope you have understood the concept of how we are going to submit your assignments using multisim output. Is that fine?
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, last time you have told that means you have explained that how we can make the PDF file and save it to Adobe. Sir, can you explain it once? Because there are many simulations, so how can we make the PDF in
Yes,
the Adobe?
sir. We'll make a PDF. So every time we have to make a different PDF, and then we have to upload it. So we need a combined PDF for that, sir. How
The
can we do
combined
that?
PDF is possible only if you have Adobe Acrobat full. Okay, using only Adobe Acrobat Reader will not suffice. Okay, that is going to be a problem. But what I mean to say is you can use a Microsoft Word file, and then you
Sir,
can.
one option was like we can like here we are writing the text on the graph. Also, we can edit, write our name and roll number. There is
No, but
option of writing.
you'll have to upload multiple files for the same assignment, which is not good enough. All right. That is what I'm trying to avoid. So there is one more way in which you can do it. Okay, let me see if I can show you such a kind of.
No, sir. I was saying like we can write the name on that where this graph is there, and then we can take the screenshot and all the screenshot we can combine in just one PDF and then submit
In
you
one
as we
PDF,
have done.
or if it is not possible for you to combine in one PDF, there are so many softwares available for combining multiple PDF files, right? That is one way of doing it. Another way would be, as I said, what I'll do is I will print this to Adobe. Okay, let me place it somewhere. Okay, somewhere here. Name this to Adobe. Okay, so this is the document which has been created. All right. Now this, I don't know whether you can take a snapshot of this. I can take a snapshot like this. Okay, and if I open a Word file, I can paste it. This is one way in which you can do it. Got it, guys?
Sir, we can directly take the screenshot then.
Yes, so we can directly also take the screenshot
Yes, using
and then
print,
paste it.
using print print screen. That also you can do. All right.
Yes, sir. That is what we
Shift
was saying.
and print screen. That also is possible, but you'll have to. Okay, that's fine.
So can you please switch to that graph once again on the multisim?
Yeah. You want me to show you the graph? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. What about it?
Sir, so I was saying this thing only, sir. Here on the corner where it is written diode characteristic, we can write our name and roll number and directly take the screenshot from here and then.
Yeah. That also is possible. Fine. No issues with that.
Yes, sir. That is.
No
I was
issues with
saying.
that. Just double click on this text, and you can change the name and whatever you want. Okay. That also is fine.
Yes, sir.
That also is fine. Yes.
Yes, sir. Like that way only done.
So last time I asked you that is it okay to take the print screen and make it at PDF, sir, but you denied that last time. I will accept it.
What I mean, please repeat the question.
Sir, I was asking that last time I have asked you that is it possible that we can do the print screen and then we will combine it like PDF and then submit, sir, but you have denied that it is.
The reason for that was many students are simply copying and pasting screenshots from other students. So now the things are clear that you are supposed to write your name.
But when, yes, sir, when
Once
we
you
are
write
writing
your name, then it is okay.
Okay, sir.
Huh?
We will write name, roll number, and class.
Exactly.
And
Now there are students. What they will do, I'll tell you what they will do. They will simply superimpose their names and their roll numbers on the already captured screenshots. That also is possible. But now I can't go on policing you, all of you, at this point of time, right? So it is up to you.
So
ठीक
sir,
है?
we have to write our name and roll number in the place of this where it is written diode characteristics.
Yeah, that also is possible. That is what I want
We
actually.
can write the text at the side also by the text option, sir. That option is there.
Yeah, that option is already there. You see here?
Yes, sir, over here only.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's it. You do have an option there. This is the tool for that. Add text. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then I think I have finished for today. If there are any doubts, any questions, let us utilize the remaining time for that. Have you started going through David Bell?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Please
sir.
remember one thing: there are only few students who are responsive. Please remember that if you miss these things, it is very difficult for you to sail through the entire electronic course. Please let me.
Sir, have you uploaded the second assignment on Edge?
Your further courses, okay, except for some computer related of microcontroller. But anyways,
Your voice was not audible.
when
So
was
for
it?
last 1 minute.
For the my voice is not audible.
Sir, it was not for last 1 to 2 minutes.
Okay. Anyways, if you have got any doubts, as I'll repeat, if you have got any doubts, please ask them over here. Don't be shy. Okay.
Sir, I was asking like, have you uploaded the second assignment on the Edge?
No, not yet. Because today we have finished
Okay, sir.
completely the first unit, no? So
Okay, sir.
assignment based on first unit will be uploaded in this maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow.
Okay, sir.
Okay. I hope you are using multisim for other courses also, for digital electronics. Also, I guess you must have started using multisim. Make
So
extensive.
till now only we are using for EDA only for the practicals.
Why you can use the multisim for digital electronics also? Is it anyways restricted to that? No ways at all. So there are very nice animations possible with using digital circuits. Okay, for example, the gates, your multiplexers, decoders, all those things can very nicely be understood with multisim.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. So I think we'll stop here for today. Okay. If there are no questions, we'll stop here. All right. Fine then. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.